Chapter 1, Section 6, Subtracting Integers. The objective of this lesson is to learn how to subtract integers. Now, most people prefer to do an addition problem rather than doing a subtraction problem. Well, there's a process that can change a subtraction problem into an addition problem. Now, you can change a subtraction problem into an addition problem by a process called adding the opposite. Now, this process of adding the opposite only should be applied for subtraction problems. Now, if you're faced with a subtraction problem and you want to turn it into an addition problem, you can follow these 3 steps. Step number 1, the first number in the problem will stay the same. Step number 2, you change the subtraction sign into an addition sign. Step number 3, change the second number to its opposite. Here are some examples. First, we look and they're both subtraction problems. So we can apply adding the opposite, these 3 steps. The first number stays the same. So a 3 will remain a 3. Change the subtraction sign into an addition sign. So the subtraction sign turns into an addition sign. Step number 3, the second number needs to change to its opposite. The second number in this problem is a positive 7. Now remember that this is a subtraction sign, so that means that this is a positive 7. The positive 7 is the second number and needs to change to its opposite. The opposite of a positive 7 is a negative 7. So 3 minus 7 could change into 3 plus a negative 7. The second example, 5 minus a negative 8. If we change the subtraction problem into an addition problem, we can add the opposite. Step number 1, first number stays the same, so 5 stays the same. Step number 2, the subtraction becomes an addition. Step number 3, the second number, in this case is a negative 8, changes to its opposite, which is a positive 8. Now we change this subtraction problem into an addition problem, and this subtraction problem into an addition problem, and we'd follow our adding integer rules. Over here, the examples are given algebraically. A minus b. We could change a again, would stay the same. The subtraction sign would be addition, and the b would become a negative b. Subtraction problem could be changed into an addition problem by adding the opposite. First number stays the same, that would be a. Subtraction becomes addition, and negative b becomes positive b. Now we're going to try adding the opposite with these 3 examples. Example A, negative 7 minus 4. It's a subtraction problem, so we can apply adding the opposite to it to change it into an addition problem. Step number 1, the first number stays the same, so negative 7 will stay negative 7. Step number 2, the subtraction sign becomes an addition sign. Step number 3, the second number, in this case is a positive 4, becomes its opposite, a negative 4. Now we follow our adding integer rules. We are adding 2 integers, and these integers have the same sign, a negative 7 and a negative 4. So we simply add 7 and 4, which will give us 11. Because they're both negative, our answer will be negative 11. Now, if you look at example B and example C, these are a little bit unique. They are subtracting a negative. In example C, it's subtracting a negative. Now, when you're subtracting a negative, you can apply something I call Kung Fu math. What that means is you can simply change the subtraction into an addition and this negative into a positive. So you would end up with 8 plus positive 5, which comes out to be positive 13. Down here, the negative 6 would stay the same. The subtraction would become addition, and the negative would become a positive. Subtraction becomes addition, negative 3 becomes positive 3. Now, We have an addition problem and the signs are different. So what we find is the difference of 6 and 3. The difference is 3. The 6 is farther from 0, so we're going to take its sign for our answer. So our answer, the difference is 3, but it's going to be a negative 3. The reason I call it Kung Fu math is because you can kind of take these subtraction signs and kind of slash them and turn them into adding a positive. So you would slash this into a add addition and slash this into a positive. Slash this into addition and slash this into a positive. We're going to evaluate the expressions for the given value of the variable. In this expression, 14 minus b, for b equal to negative 3. First, we're going to substitute a negative 3 in for b. Our new expression will be 14 minus a negative 3. Now, because I am subtracting a negative, I could apply Kung Fu math, and I could slash the subtraction into addition, so slash the negative into positive, and I would end up with 14 plus positive 3. It's simply adding the opposite. First number stays the same, subtraction becomes addition. Second number is its opposite. I simply add 14 and 3, and I come up with 17. In the second example, I have negative 7 minus q, for q equal to negative 15. First step, I'm going to substitute. Negative 7, substitute negative 15 in for q. Because I am subtracting a negative, I could apply adding the opposite or Kung Fu math in this case. Because I'm subtracting a negative, I could slash the subtraction into addition, slash the negative into positive, and I would end up with negative 7 plus positive 15. Now I'm adding two numbers whose signs are different. So that means I want to find the difference of 15 and 7. The difference of 15 and 7 is 8. 15 is farther from 0, so I'm going to take its sign and bring it to the answer. So the difference of 15 and 7 is 8, and I'm going to bring the positive into the answer. So my answer will be a positive 8.